welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Iga Puri Permata and my partner,
I'm Nadila Nur Fajrina.
So in this video, we will show you the dialogue about being a good trainer. But before we move to the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to all social media that you have because that is free. Okay, let's move!
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, can I help you?
Actually, this is my first day working here.
Oh, are you Miss Nadila?
Yes, Miss. I'm Nadila Nur Fajrina. You can call me Dila.
Okay, Miss Dila, my name is Iga. As your senior in this job position, I was asked by the superior to be your trainer for a week. So you're gonna be training start from today.
Yes, Miss Iga. I will do my best.
How do you feel?
I'm good. Just a little nervous.
Relax, we will do it slowly.
Yes, Miss.
Well, in your application, I see that you have some experience in this job position.
Yes, Miss Iga. I do have it.
That's good.
But I still need to learn more.
Certainly. Now, first, I will give you the tour of our facility.
Okay, Miss. I'm ready.
So, we are now in the finance department. Next to us, on your left, is the accounting department. On your right is the human resources department. Go downstairs and we are in the engineering department. Further down, and the end of the hallway is the production area. 70% of our merchandise is produced right here in this facility.
What about the production of the rest product?
We also have one smaller manufacturing facility overseas that handles the rest of the production.
Oh, I see.
And near the entrance, there are several desks for customer service position. You're gonna be working over there.
Okay, Miss. I understand.
Good. Now let's go back to your desk so that we can talk about your duties.
Sure.
Okay, Miss Dila. Please tell me, what do you know about customer service, maybe from your experience?
Well, in my experience, customer service is about creating a relationship of trust, understanding the customer and what they want and need. Customer service is how you deliver your product and service to the customer, including efficiency, cost effectiveness, and satisfaction. Good customer service involves taking responsibility when something goes wrong and doing what you can to make it right.
Nice explanation. It looks like you have pretty good work experience.
Thank you, Miss.
As customer service specialist, it is important to know that your job is to serve customers. A customer service job applicant who demonstrates its fundamental understanding of what is meant by customer service will get the serious attention of potential employer. Did you know that?
No, I don't, Miss.
Well, now you know. Alright, the next is all you need to do in your job.
Okay, Miss.
First, when the customers come, ask the right question. Then, actively listen to your customer. Second, focus on your customer and adapt your approach to different customers. Third, treat the customer the way you would like to be treated. What does it mean?
It means we must treat customers with respect and kindness.
Good. Fourth, exercise good judgment. You must have in-depth knowledge of your product or service.
Yes, Miss. I will learn more about the product and service in our company.
Remember, be helpful even if it is not going to result in a sale.
Yes, Miss.
The fifth, do what you say you will. 6. If there are complaints, view the customer's complaint as an opportunity to gain the customer's respect. And then resolve complaint helpfully and patiently. Do you understand?
I do, Miss.
The last is strive for continual improvement by gathering valid data regularly about your customer and what they want from you.
Okay, Miss, I have noted those.
Okay, Miss Dila, that should be enough for now. I'll leave you on your own to get organized.
Wait, Miss. Can you please review my work more often? I mean, I just wanna make sure that I do my job correctly.
Yes, of course. Just come see me whenever you have questions.
Okay, Miss.
Well, good luck.
Thank you so much for your kindness.
My pleasure.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Priyono Eko Sanyoto, Direktur Politeknik Negeri Batam sejak tahun 2001, yaitu kira-kira 1 semester setelah Politeknik ini didirikan. Seperti kita ketahui bahwa Politeknik Negeri Batam itu sebelumnya adalah sebuah politeknik swasta yang didirikan oleh Otorita Batam yang sekarang berubah namanya menjadi Badan Pengusahaan Batam. Kenapa Politeknik didirikan di Batam? Karena sebagai kawasan investasi untuk pengembangan industri, maka tentunya Batam harus bisa mensuplai tenaga terampil yang dibutuhkan oleh industri. Oleh karena itu, Otorita Batam berinisiatif mendirikan Politeknik Batam. Dan kenyataannya, apa yang didirikan oleh Otorita Batam tersebut terbukti benar, sehingga Politeknik itu sekarang berkembang sangat pesat. Dulu waktu didirikan kira-kira tahun 2000 itu mahasiswanya hanya sekitar puluhan, bahkan berkembang terus menjadi ratusan. Sekarang sudah ribuan jumlahnya, karena bagaimanapun industri berkembang pesat di Batam, baik jumlahnya maupun variasinya, sehingga Politeknik Negeri Batam harus bisa memenuhi kebutuhan tenaga terampil dalam jumlah dan variasi keterampilan yang semakin kompleks. Melihat pentingnya politeknik di kawasan investasi seperti Batam, akhirnya pemerintah pusat mengambil alih atau mengubah status politeknik yang tadinya swasta menjadi negeri sejak tahun 2010 yang lalu. Nah, dengan berubahnya menjadi politeknik negeri, maka potensi berkembang politeknik ini akan menjadi semakin besar. Oleh karena itu, politeknik ini semakin mampu menjawab tantangan kebutuhan tenaga terampil yang semakin bervariasi di kawasan investasi ini. Sehingga ke depan politeknik pasti akan memperbesar jumlah mahasiswanya, memperbanyak jenis program studinya, supaya di Batam ini tersedia tenaga terampil dengan jenis keterampilan yang sangat bervariasi sesuai dengan kebutuhan industri. Nah, ke depan politeknik ini akan dikembangkan tidak hanya sekedar menghasilkan tenaga terampil untuk memenuhi kebutuhan seperti operator di industri, tapi sudah mulai mengarah kepada kemampuan untuk mendesain atau merancang. Karena bagaimanapun juga industri yang berkembang di suatu kawasan pasti dia akan mengembangkan dirinya menjadi lembaga atau menjadi institusi yang mampu menghasilkan produk-produk sendiri. Nah, sehingga dia perlu partner, perlu kawan atau perlu mitra untuk mengembangkan desain atau rancangannya. Nah, politeknik bisa atau mau mengarah ke sana sehingga keterampilan mahasiswanya selain sebagai terampil dalam hal pengoperasian dan perawatan, nah, dia juga akan dididik atau akan dilatih mampu mendesain peralatan yang dibutuhkan oleh industri. Jadi akan semakin lengkap nanti keterampilan yang dimiliki atau yang dihasilkan oleh Politeknik Negeri Batam ini, sehingga diharapkan Batam akan semakin kondusif sebagai kawasan investasi karena tersedia tenaga terampil dalam berbagai bidang dan dalam jumlah yang mencukupi. Tentunya tidak hanya Batam, karena di Provinsi Kepulauan Riau ini juga akan ada kawasan lain yang memiliki potensi yang sama seperti di Bintan, seperti di Tanjung Pinang maupun Karimun. Maka Batam, Politeknik Negeri Batam juga harus mampu mensuplai tenaga-tenaga terampil di daerah tersebut dan yang kebetulan masih dalam satu provinsi. Kita harus ingat bahwa tidak lama lagi masyarakat ekonomi ASEAN akan diterapkan, maka kualifikasi tenaga terampil yang dihasilkan Politeknik Negeri Batam harus sudah mengarah kepada kualifikasi internasional, sehingga kebutuhan yang semakin meningkat itu tetap akan bisa dipenuhi oleh Politeknik Negeri Batam dalam menghasilkan tenaga terampilnya. Saya kira itu tujuan dan pengembangan Politeknik ke depan, sehingga Politeknik Negeri Batam ini akan semakin besar perannya, terutama di kawasan investasi Batam, Bintan, dan Karimun yang ada di Provinsi Kepulauan Riau. Demikian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Do you need to train employees for a new skill or to perform a new task? I'll explain the 7 steps for highly effective employee training in this video. Hello, I'm Stephen Goldberg of Optimus Performance, bringing you practical tips and ideas on leadership, team development, and employee performance management in the workplace. Training employees is an essential skill required of both leaders, managers, and also other employees, because it's not always a manager that does the training. Sometimes, especially for new employees, you're going to have another employee train them on specific tasks. But if the manager or employee doesn't know the steps to proper training, then you may end up with a result that's below what you expect in terms of performance. In our leadership and team development training programs, we do an exercise to teach people the steps for training. And we teach them how to tie a fire underwriter's knot using a wire. And the first thing we do is we hand out instructions. Nobody can do it, or few people, just reading the instructions, because it's hard to follow the steps without a diagram. We then hand out a diagram on how to do it, and still most people cannot do it just following the diagram. Then we demonstrate how to do it, and we have each people perform it, and then we correct them until everybody's able to do it. Now that doesn't mean that we're sure they've acquired the skill. So here are the 7 steps. The first one is to explain the importance of the task and how it relates to the overall job. Because if you're tying this knot, this fire underwriter's knot, incorrectly, it could have a huge impact on somebody's life. First of all, it could cause a fire. And second of all, if it does, and the insurance determines that the proper knot has not been tied, they won't cover the damage. So it's really a huge importance to learn how to do this properly. The second is to explain the procedure or the process. The third is to demonstrate how to do it. The fourth step is to observe the employee doing the task. The fifth step is to give feedback, build their confidence, correct them if required, and continue to provide the coaching. The sixth step is to express confidence in the ability of the person to succeed. Just because they've demonstrated that they can do it there, they may doubt themselves in terms of doing it on the job. So you want to build their confidence through giving that expression of your confidence in their ability. The last step is to follow up on a regular basis. Depending on the task and the complexity, it could be daily, it could be weekly, depending on the specific need of the person and the procedure. So these 7 steps are essentially really simple. They're not complex. Anybody could apply this. And if they follow these steps, then you're sure to have an employee that's going to be properly trained. This will contribute to better organizational and team success. This process also applies to delegation, because every delegation requires some form of coaching as well. So in your next delegation or coaching, follow these 7 steps and you'll see how effective it will be to train a new or existing employee. I hope you find this content beneficial for you. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Check out some of the other videos on the channel. There's one recommended for you. There's also blog articles that accompany these videos on my website. Check those out as well. Please leave a comment, suggest a topic that you'd like me to cover. I'd be happy to do so. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk again soon.
Suppose you want to train your department in a new skill. You could just lecture them, but you know there must be a better way. How should you train adults? A quick internet search will show that there's a ton of research on adult learning, but what's most important? The Visslar Group has boiled it down to 3 keys. First, adults want to be engaged. Use small groups, discussions, and simulations to create active learning experiences. Second, adults want to use their experience. Discover their knowledge and help your students apply those skills to new situations. Third, adults want feedback. Give them opportunities to practice and coach them so they feel confident using their new skills. Engagement, experience, and feedback. When you build your training around these principles, you'll have better outcomes and happier students. That's why the Visslar Group has developed our performance-driven instruction method. We use a variety of activities to promote collaboration and practice with real-world situations. As a result, our participants have better outcomes, more confidence in their skills, and immediate success in challenging situations. The Vistlar Group, training to address the spectrum of human conflict.
Using Powtoon.
Hi, I hope you guys have a job position available. Or is it a resume?
Oh yeah, my name is Danielle. We're hiring as many people possible for the holidays. Let me just go get my manager to get an application for you. There's a guy that just came in. He's really interested in the job. Do you want an application for him?
Yeah, of course I do. Let's go. Hi, I'm Leslie. I'm the manager of the store. Here's your application. Is that how you dress for an interview? Or to look for a job?
Unfortunately.
I mean, here, I think this is better, you know? Simple shirt, nice pants, be more presentable.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Hi, I got the application.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Let me see it. Oh, I see you have some experience. That's great because we really need a lot of people. When can you start?
Tomorrow.
That's great. I'll see you tomorrow at 10 then.
Thank you. Hi, I'm here for my first day.
Hi Cody, how are you?
Pretty good.
So today you're going to be training with 2 of our employees and they're going to tell you exactly what you have to do. Okay? Hey Mercedes, come over here please. Oh, okay. Cody's going to be with you all day, so please train him and tell him what to do.
Oh, okay.
Alright?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to be around if you need help.
Okay. Okay, so it's just pretty basic. You can pretty much do like whatever you want. So I guess like this stuff, I don't know. I guess just pretty much do it by color or whatever, and then just put it on the rack. I mean, there's no real organization to it or anything. Just basically just put it on. And like, yeah.
So what happens if like a customer comes to me? Like, what do I say to them?
I mean, you don't really have to say anything to them, right? I mean, they're shopping. I mean, like, what do you have to say? So, how to fold stuff. I can just like show you real quick how to fold stuff. So, you just take it, and then just kind of, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, you just gotta do that like that, right?
Does it be matching size too?
What?
Does it be matching size?
Size? Oh, no, it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. Just like, you know, just take it. So yeah, that's
Well, what if like customer comes up to me and asks me stuff like, "Hi, can I help with something?" What do I do then?
Oh, well, I mean, if they're just like walking in and saying hi, like, you don't have to say anything. You're like, just like, keep on doing what you're doing.
Just ignore them.
Yeah, basically. And I mean, if they ask for help, just try to find like the closest and like other work like employees with you, and just like make them do it.
Hey, do you have this in an extra small?
Not really. And sure it's small? I mean, like, I'm thinking more like extra large. Doesn't she look like a large?
Pretty much. That was really funny.
How's it going, guys?
Pretty good.
Hey, I need you to take him to the office and show him the video.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, you really don't need to watch the video. It's really stupid.
Sure?
Pause it. I mean, you can just like walk over there so she doesn't get mad at you. Just like watch a YouTube video. Okay.
That works for me.
Okay, so you can just like get on. Just what I did at least is like you have the page up of the actual trading video, but just have like YouTube or anything else open with it in case she walks by. It's really stupid. It's
Hey guys, are you almost done with the training?
Yeah.
yeah,
That's done.
yeah, it's going pretty good.
Okay. Is she being a good
Oh, yeah, she's doing wonderful.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'll leave you to it.
That was close.
Yeah, can't believe she called for that one.
Well, you did really good today for training.
Thanks.
Good job. All right. Well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh, hey Cody, how are you?
Alright.
How was your first day of training?
That's pretty good.
Good. How was Mercedes?
She's great.
Okay. Here's the nail. We're gonna do with you today. So see how you do. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Everything is from small to largest, and the colors are correct in each pile.
It's size and colors?
Yeah, size and colors.
She never told me that.
Yeah, well, the correct way is to make sure they're from small to large, and you want each color separated, and you want it in a neat pile.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so how did Mercedes ask you to speak to the customer?
You just told me to ignore him, basically.
Oh no, whenever you see a customer walk in the store, you immediately walk up to them and greet them and ask them if they need anything. So for instance, someone walks up and says, "Hi, how are you today? Can I help you with anything?" Hey Cody, why don't you go ask her if that customer if she needs any help with getting that down?
No problem. Hi, Miss. You need help with anything today?
Yeah, actually, can you get this one down for me?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. And
Have a
do
great
you,
one.
actually, do you have this in an extra small too?
Yeah, for sure we do. Let me go look at that.
Awesome.
Good morning,
Thank you.
guys. Good morning. So today's gonna be your final day of training. So you're gonna go over to my office and watch a video, and that's gonna be it. Okay? Can you show him where it is? Yeah, I'll take you to the video. The instructional videos are really important, so make sure you take notes. Here's some notes that you can take, and make sure to jot some things down so you remember everything. And if you have any questions, just let me know.
Thanks.
Hey Cody, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Oh, you're taking notes and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really informative.
Yeah.